Let's Chirpin' Crickets. This is Kim from Kim Takes On. I'm Kim, again, hi. And this is my producer, Terrence the Wonder Duck. Terrence says hi. So, what are we going to talk about today? Today, I am going to talk about two words that cause the biggest amount of consternation since the invention of words. And those two words put together cause more headaches for more people. The word conspiracy and the word theory. Now, conspiracy theories are things that have been around pretty much since there have been people. I mean, pretty much ever since people got together and, decided to make society wherever they're at. You're always got that one guy, off in the corner somewhere that's saying, well, the government's lying to us about this, that, the other thing, whatever. Or whoever is in charge of something isn't telling us the full story about blah, blah, blah. And every single facet of life has conspiracy theories. You have conspiracy theories in the world of politics. You have conspiracy theories in the world of professional wrestling, which I actually did a piece on back on one of the previous shows that I did, Ring Around the Rosie, which did not show my cute little face. But if you want to go check that out, please do. And, everything has, movies, politics, religion, everything, sports, whatever. There's somebody out there saying, well, we're not hearing the full story about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever. And sometimes the conspiracy stuff, you're just like, okay, honey, that's nice, dear. I mean, some of them you just have to go, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was talking to an idiot. I'll just leave. Stuff like, that the earth is flat, that Australia isn't a real country. Not that Australia is, not only that not a real country, that it doesn't exist. There are people out there who believe this. There are people who believe the moon isn't real. There are people who believe space isn't real. And I'm like, yeah, I need some space from you people because you're nuts. I mean, I should know from nuts. But like I mentioned, everything has a conspiracy theory, and whether or not it's goofy or distasteful or dangerous depends on what the theory is. Obviously things like, you might want to wear a mask and get a vaccine when there's an effing pandemic going on. That might be actually something that you might want to, do, but whatever, and so on and so forth. And you have conspiracy theories about very serious things like 9/11 and things like that. And, you can't, if someone's going to be stupid, you can't stop them. You can try and educate them, but if once you've tried to educate somebody, if they are bound and determined to still be stuck in the weeds, then you tried. That's one tick mark off your list of good things that you tried to do in your life. You tried to educate an idiot. If it didn't work, that's not your fault. And unfortunately, the world of music is not immune to, sorry, I have a little gnat in here. It's driving me nuts. Hate summertime. Summertime always brings out like little bugs and things, and hate it. Anyway, one little gnat, it can throw off all your concentration. When it comes to the music industry, like I said, unfortunately, it's not immune from conspiracy theories. And some of them are ridiculous. Some of them are ridiculous because they're so easily proven to be wrong. And some of them are ridiculous because lizard people. You know what? I'm going to start with that one because it's just too easy and too tempting to pass up. The whole idea that's been around for a while that certain people, from the royal family to certain other celebrities and such like that, are shape-changing lizard people. Okay. One of the people on that list is Justin Bieber. Now, I've called Justin Bieber a lot of things, but lizard people, that ain't one of them. I mean, hey, you do you, but I'm like, that guy is not a lizard person. I'm sorry. Another conspiracy theory, that it's so weird the number of people that this one applies to. That so-and-so, fill in the blank, is deceased, and because the record label or their management or whomever didn't want to stop that sweet cash coming in, they have replaced whomever with a duplicate. Now, I know you out there in the VC, you're a smart bunch, and you're a historical bunch. I'm not calling you old. I'm just saying you're into history of music and whatnot. I would never call you old, goodness knows. We're all friends here anyway. You're only as old as you feel, as they say, which means I've been dead for about 10 years. Anywho, Paul is dead. The whole thing that started way the heck back, that Paul McCartney from the Beatles was killed. The big theory that I heard was he was killed in a car accident, and the record label or the management or whomever decided, we can't go on without the Beatles having 4 members, and we need a Paul McCartney. So they went and found this person. Paul had been replaced by this other person who looked exactly like him and sounded exactly like him. And they've been keeping up this charade for decades. I don't want to seem like a doubting Thomas here, but there is no way this is possible, because someone would have blabbed by now. It's just human nature. And that is a secret that is just too juicy to pass up. It's ridiculous. But there have been other people that people have said, well, they died and they were replaced by a duplicate. I'm like, first of all, how many exact identical twins who look alike, sound alike, walk alike, talk alike, do everything else alike, like in the Patty Duke song from the Patty Duke show all those years back? How many people like that do you think are running around? Or people who are like, well, they got plastic surgery on this person and they did something to their vocal cords. I'm like, I think y'all are giving the medical industry a smidge too much credit. Either that or you're all bat guano insane, and I'm leaning more toward the latter. But this has been said about other people as well. Avril Lavigne. People have been like, oh, well, she died and they went and got somebody else because she looks so different now. Yeah, because somebody changing their look means that they died and were replaced by somebody else. Y'all have never apparently heard of the word makeover? I mean, just you wake up some days and you just decide, I want to do something different. So Avril just decided one day she wanted to do something different, and that turned into she died and was replaced by somebody else. You people are bananas. Bananas. Another person that fell into the whole she died and was replaced, Beyonce. Beyonce was also accused of not actually being pregnant at one point. I'm like, why would any woman want to pretend she was pregnant? I mean, I've never been pregnant, because considering the year this is going on, I could go off in a different rant, but I'm not going to do that because Fred's holding up his little no politics sign. I know. He takes good care of me, but he can be such a nag sometimes. But from what I've heard from people who have been pregnant, being pregnant is a job. It is, I mean, literally, think about this for a minute. You are a pregnant person. You have another individual growing inside of you for 9 months, and assuming that they're going to be born the way that babies are usually born, and you don't have to be cut open via the stomach and all of that stuff, getting pregnant, being pregnant, having a baby sounds like running a triathlon for 9 months. It's crazy. The fact that women even want to do this blows my mind. But more power to them if they do. But who would want to fake something like that? And why? Why would you want to fake something like that? We got into this a while, the last couple of shows that I've done about, another conspiracy theory about that Elvis Presley faked his death because he was tired of the fame and stuff like that. That's insane. Especially if you throw in the whole Orion thing where it's like, well, I faked my death. Now I'm going to go back out on stage in a Lone Ranger mask and sing, but people won't know it's me. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, it's just the things people will make themselves believe blow my mind wide open. I mean, I'm not saying I'm any kind of a genius, because if you've been watching this show for more than 5 minutes, you know I'm not. But it's like, wow. I mean, grief can make people do some crazy stuff or believe crazy stuff. Like the death of Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain, was a very talented individual and unfortunately a very tortured individual. And had attempted at more than one point to end his life and then unfortunately succeeded in doing so. According to some people, that is not accurate. According to some people, there was a conspiracy that somebody else in Kurt's life had Kurt eliminated. Considering some of the people in Kurt's orbit, I'm actually not going to continue with this because I don't want to get sued, but there's been more than a few people that have said certain things about people in Kurt's life that seem to be more than a little bit, sus. But I'm not going into that because, like I said, I don't want to get sued. Look up that if you want to, but if you guys want to fall down any of these rabbit holes, there's Google and Wikipedia. Be my guest, but don't blame me if you're at it all day. Also, people have brought up unfortunately, when someone does die, some people can't accept that someone they loved is gone, and B, that someone they loved was killed by either their own actions or by the actions of one individual person. There's theories out there that that Jimi Hendrix was killed by the government, that John Lennon was killed by the government. And it's like, look, I understand you're grieving. I understand that you're probably someone that doesn't trust the government anyway, but this is crazy. And you're not coming off as too well wrapped if you keep this stuff up. But, people have a right to their own opinions. I mean, if you're out there screeching and yelling about it and you're annoying everybody else, and eventually someone says, will you shut the F up? You've kind of brought that on yourself. But the thing is, free speech does not mean that we all have to listen. Free speech means you can go out there and make yourself look like a jackass, but we all have the free speech to go back, hey, you look like a jackass. But that's my opinion. some other conspiracy theories, you hear a lot of them that, it's like, well, so and so didn't really write all their music. They were, it was written by such and stuff like that. And, this band was really somebody else was playing the music and so on and so forth. I don't know. Sometimes I think that's just people, backbiting and stuff like that. I'd like to know if you guys have heard any conspiracy theories that you think are, interesting. You might think they're daft, but you might still find them interesting. If you do, platinumroselle@yahoo.com, send them along to me. If you have any comments, questions, queries, complaints, chocolate, money. No, I'm just, and no, just send those along too. Please click on like and subscribe with this little video. And I hope that you all have a terrific week. And speaking for myself and my producer, Terrence the Wonder Duck, this is Kim at Kim Takes On. Hoping you have a great rest of your week and keep rocking.